Hey everybody, thanks so much for joining us. We're going to get started in just a couple more minutes to give everybody a chance to get settled in. Thanks for your patience. Hello, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us. We're going to get the show started in just a moment. For those of you on the more interactive Zoom side of things, we would like as many of you as are comfortable to remain unmuted during the show for laughter and applause between songs. But please remain quiet during the songs. In order to be unmuted, you must be in a quiet space. That means phones on silent, no dogs barking, no children running around, etc. Just like in a movie theater or real concert. But if you'd like to volunteer to be unmuted, you will need to find the raise your hand button on Zoom. To find it, you'll need to go down to the bottom of the screen to see the participant button. When you click on that, you will see a window pop open at the right side of the screen. At the bottom of the list of names, you will see this blue raise hand button. If you click this button to digitally raise your hand, you are signaling to the technicians that you are in a quiet space and would like to volunteer to be unmuted. If you find yourself muted again, do not take it personally. Sometimes there's a little background noise and the technician will mute you so it does not interrupt the show. All right, everybody. And with that out of the way, I would love to get the show started. Welcome to the stage, Mustard's Retreat.
This is a request from my mom, who's here tonight. Riding on the city of New Orleans, Illinois Central Monday morning rail. There's 15 cars and 15 restless riders, 3 conductors and 25 sacks of mail. All out on the southbound Odyssey, the train pulls out of Kankakee, rolls past the houses, farms, and fields, passing towns that have no name, freight yards full of old black men, graveyards full of rusting automobiles, singing good morning America, how are ya? Saying don't you know me, I'm your native son. Oh, on the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. Dealing cards to old men in the club car. It's a penny a point, ain't no one keeping score. Oh, won't you pass the paper bag that holds the bottle? You can feel the wheels rumbling beneath the floor. And the sons of Pullman porters and the sons of engineers ride their father's magic carpet made of steel. Mothers with their babes asleep, rocking to the gentle beat. The rhythm of the rails is all they feel. Singing good morning America, how are you? Saying don't you know me, I'm your native son. Oh, on the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. Nighttime on the city of New Orleans, changing cars in Memphis, Tennessee. Oh, we're halfway home and we'll be there by morning. Through the Mississippi darkness rolling to the sea. But all the towns and people seem to fade into a bad dream. The old steel rails still ain't heard the news. The conductor sings his song again. The passengers will please refrain. This train's got to disappear in railroad blues. Singing good night America, how are you? Saying don't you know me, I'm your native son. I'm the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. Singing good morning America, how are ya? Saying don't you know me, I'm your native son. On the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done.
Yeah.
Thank you. And you know what? I'm going to change the set already. Well, you know, we've got so many people we know here, and this is let's just go to volunteers. Okay. And we have going to do a song next that features two of the audience here. Andy's iPhone. Andy Tremblay was our manager back in 1975-76 and sound person, and did amazing things for us. Taught us a great deal. And then Catherine Sorelli, when we were writing this song, she's one of the people that has booked us for the longest time, one of the first people to book us up in Oswego, New York at the Music Hall. And we put her in the song, and I just rewrote the line a little bit, Kathy. So yeah. Well, Jenny is a baker, she works all night. She smiles like an angel on her mountain bike. She made the cookies and they taste just right. Jenny is a volunteer. Well, they open the halls in the afternoon, help performers stay in tune. Now they're cleaning up by the light of the moon. Let's hear it for the volunteers. And it's 1, 2, 3, hey! Help them put the chairs away. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. Let's hear it for the volunteers. And there goes Spike, he's seen it all. He's the one who let the curtain fall. I was changing clothes and I mooned you all. Let's hear it for the volunteers. And Kathy's the one in the yellow pants. She loves the music and she sure can dance. And with her computer now she writes grants. Let's hear it for the volunteers. And it's 1, 2, 3, hey! Help them put the chairs away. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. Let's hear it for the volunteers. And then there's Andy. He works the sound. A thunderstorm's coming and he looks around. He's all patched in, but he's lost his ground. Let's hear it for the volunteers. Oh, it ain't for the money because they work for free. It's a great dysfunctional family. It's all for the music and the company. Let's hear it for the volunteers. And it's 1, 2, 3, hey! Help them put the chairs away. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. Let's hear it for the volunteers. As 1, 2, 3, hey! Help them put the chairs away. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. Let's hear it for the volunteers. Yeah, so
that was fun.
The circuit is all about the volunteers, and so nice to have both of you here tonight.
I think that's the nicest thing about these Zoom get-togethers, is that people from different audiences, regionally, in different parts of the country, all come together in one night just to watch us sing and play, and to let us sing and play for you. So that's the special part of it for me, getting everybody here.
Yes. So many years. There's people. Well, my mom's here tonight, and of course was the first one who ever saw us, or saw me. So, Mom, glad you're here. Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous refrain. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. So big, please goodness is so big. Apple, a pear, a plum, a cherry, any good thing to make us all merry. One Peter, 2 for Paul, 3 for him who made us all. I'm going to get rid of my flat pick. Get a thumb pick.
Okay.
God bless the master of this house and the mistress also, and all the little children around the table go. Cattle in your stable and out by your front door, and all who dwell within your house wish you 10 times more. Soul, soul, soul cake, this is a soul cake, an apple, a pear, a plum, a cherry, every good thing to make us all merry. 1 for Peter, 2 for Paul, 3 for him who made us all. 7 night wind to the little lamb. Do you see what I see? Way up in the sky, little lamb. Do you see what I see? A star, dancing in the night with a tail as big as a kite, with a tail as big as a kite. Said the little lamb to the shepherd boy, do you hear what I hear? Ringing through the sky, shepherd boy, do you hear what I hear? A song, high above the trees, with a voice as big as the sea, with a voice as big as the sea. Said the shepherd boy to the mighty king, do you know what I know? In your palace warm, mighty king, do you know what I know? A child shivers in the cold. Let us bring him silver and gold. Let us bring him silver and gold. Do you hear what I hear? 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 Woo!
We had fun doing that.
Thank you. So this is one of the songs we've been doing the longest. It was written about 100 years ago by Leroy Carr and Scrapper Blackwell, who were based out of Indianapolis. This could be considered a seasonal song. Maybe not this year, but a seasonal song when there are big family gatherings. It's called "Papa's on the Housetop and He Won't Come Down." Blues. Let's see. Oh yeah.
Papa's on the
Oh, Mom told Papa be quiet as a mouse. Papa climbed up on the top of the house, made a lot of whoopee, made a lot of noise, stood and cheered with the rest of the boys. Babies in the cradle and brothers gone to town, sisters in the parlor flying up and down. I was in the kitchen messing all around. Papa's on the housetop, won't come down. Well, hush, little baby, don't you cry. Who's just gonna leave you by and by? Time to come in, sure as you're born. Put the baby in the cradle, falls the blues outdoors. The baby's in the cradle, the brother's gone to town. Sister's in the parlor, flying up and down. Mama's in the kitchen, messing all around. Papa's on the housetop, won't come down. Well, Papa saw a chicken out in the yard, picked up a rock and hit him hard. Hit him hard, killed him dead. Now the chicken's in the gravy and the gravy's on the bread. The baby's in the cradle and brother's going down. Sister's in the parlor, flying up and down. Mama's in the kitchen, messing all around. Papa's on the housetop, won't come outside. Baby's in the cradle, brother's going to town. Sister's in the parlor, flying up and down. Mama's in the kitchen, messing all around. Papa's on the housetop, won't come down.
It's so good to hear you play harmonica. I miss that.
Yeah, I lost a verse in there, and now I remember it, but that's all right. So yes, another longtime friend is here tonight. Bev Mansell, Tom Mansell. That was just Bev's birthday the other day. I'm gonna do this song for her. Yeah, you know, this is real. This is, you guys are like family. I mean, this is our Christmas. This is our last show of the year. You're all here. We love seeing you. I mean, before the show, I was going through saying to Livy, and she was saying to me, "Oh, look who's here! Look who's here!" And there's so many of you here who first saw us in the '70s and the '80s, and boy, that just touches the heart.
You've done good, David.
There's a dance tonight underneath the harvest moon. Oh, honey, won't you come along with me? Your folks will watch the kids. We can dance the way we did back when you were shy and I was 23. You were a lovely sight to see, dancing every dance with me. And that cotton dress you'd wear, that's the flowers in your hair. And there's a magic in the night, with the moon shining so bright. Oh, honey, won't you come along with me? Floor and back again, long time lovers, best of friends, through the changes and the years we haven't made. And what was spark is now a glow, waiting only breath to blow. I kindle once again into a flame. Summer leans into the fall, full of stories to recall. Apple wine, autumn wind, in the company of friends, and let the music find you sweet. Lift the years from off our feet, and remember times we'll never see again. And there's a dance tonight underneath the harvest moon. Oh, honey, won't you come along with me? Your folks will watch the kids. We can dance the way we did back when you were shy and I was 23. You were a lovely sight to see, dancing every day with me. And that cotton dress you wear, That's the flowers in your hair, and there's a magic in the night. When the moon's shining so bright, oh honey, won't you come along with me?
You know, when people walk by David's house and they see all the lights on and everything, you know, you just gotta do that.
Yes, wave to the passers-by. So let's do Jeremy Brown.
Okay.
So here's another song from that same era, maybe that same album, Midwinter's Night, which was
Beautiful
our third. Ken Batista in the house tonight. Ken is a long-term and remarkable folk music DJ in Pittsburgh, and has been a long-term supporter of us. And we've gone in and done. He and his wife Tika and have done their house concert series, and we've been on the air with them many times over the years. And
I think I might play bass on this. I believe I do.
this is a song for you, Ken. In the heart of the winter, the year I turned 10, my father took sick and died. With a scratchy old farm, 6 kids and lean times, Mama fought pretty hard to get by. Spring was turned into summer when a man came traveling through. City work till the harvest was all stored away, and then meals in a room he would do. It was that or the banks, so my mom signed him on. His name it was Jeremy Brown. On the front porch we'd gather when dinner was done, and the evening was settling down. And he'd tell us his stories traveling, sing of old friends and places he'd been. And he mended our hearts on those long summer nights, taught me to smile once again. He'd sing, ooh, there's a time and a place for goodbyes. It's a sad and a sweet thing to cry. Yes, to cry, how I cry. But the answers, they'll come by and by. He worked hard as 2 men, was quick with a grin, though a distance remained in his eyes. And he never did say why he took to the road, and we knew well enough not to pry. But he understood how I was feeling, or at least to me, that's how it seemed. And late in the night, as I lay in my bed, his songs, they'd run through my dreams, singing the blues. There's a time and a place for goodbyes. Ooh. It's a sad and a sweet thing to cry. Yes, to cry, how I cry. But the answers, they'll come by and by. October it came, the last corn was in, and Jeremy packed up to go. Heading down south was about all he would say. If he'd be back, he just didn't know. But I think Then I knew as he held me, when somehow I could smile through the tears, that if I needed a friend, I would find him again in this song that I've sung all these years. I sing, there's a time and a place for goodbyes. It's a sad and a sweet thing to cry. Yes, to cry, how I've cried. But the answers, they'll come by and by. There's a time and a place for goodbye. It's a sad and a sweet thing to cry. Yes, to cry, how I've cried. And the answers, they've come by and by.
I love that song, David.
Well, thank you,
So many
Ken,
great
for being
songs.
here and reminding me of that. So we're doing the show tonight in conjunction with the Greenwood Coffeehouse in Ann Arbor. I mean, the Greenwood is pretty well known. It's the
No more beautiful room to play in Ann Arbor, really. It's a beautiful place.
It's great, and they've brought in many remarkable artists over the years. Melanie and Jonathan Edwards and Livingston Taylor and Michael Johnson. Greenwood was Michael Johnson's place to play here in Ann Arbor. And if you don't know the music of Michael Johnson, we're going to do a couple of songs that he didn't write, but he made popular, and at least in the folk world. He had a seminal album, several of them in the 70s, and this one is from an album called For All You Mad Musicians. I've trouble for you from time to time. That's why nothing new can break the bind. It's the time you waste for them that makes a friend unique in all the world until the end. I've traveled for years through mindless miles, shared some tears through aimless trials. But though you're old and worn, you're the only home I know through memories stretch beyond so many dawns. Find it hard to believe that time brings change. How all of my friends are broken with age. But what's essential you cannot see is I'm responsible for my friends and they for me. I've trouble for you from time to time. That's why nothing new can break the bind. It's the time you waste for them that makes a friend unique in all the world until the end. Unique in all the world until the end.
Thank you.
For all you mad musicians, find that album. And this is Michael passed away a few years ago, and he was working on a holiday record. He always did a holiday show up in Minneapolis for decades. It was always a wonderful show, sold out. This is a seasonal song written by Hugh Prestwood. I walked out on Christmas Eve to see the city lights up and down the avenue. I marveled at the sights, strung out diamonds, flung out pearls, shimmered in the cold, while dark skyscrapers stood their watch on windows dressed in gold. And like a wise man chasing stars, I searched for a child, one asleep inside of me, that Christmas once begun. Down the snowy streets I tracked a fading memory, until decked out in ragged clothes an angel came to me. She smiled and said, the one you've lost is easy to retrieve. All you need to bring them home is something to believe. And then 1,000 bells rang out, proclaiming Christmas morn. And in that moment I did feel the child in me reborn. So fill your heart with love tonight and wear it on your sleeve, 'cause all good things are possible upon a Christmas Eve. For all good things are possible upon a Christmas Eve. You know, let's change the set again, because one of my favorite friends is here. We were talking with her before the show, Mindy from down in southern Ohio. We met Mindy at a folk festival in Columbus, Ohio, many years ago. And this is a story, this is a song I wrote based on the things she had to tell me. Seems to kind of fit with that last song. Yeah, it's an early morning.
Not sure I'm at the same place you're at. Okay.
That good?
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's an early morning. Getting up at 5. The world so still and quiet helps me feel alive. No one I've got to talk to, no questions why. Just headlights across the empty fields and a twilight sky. I work a county road crew on a paving team. Out in the summer weather, I can think and dream. Wind and sun tattoos my skin a torn brown. And the rain, well, it's the rain, and it just pours on down. These county roads are dangerous, people fly on by. Hardly even see, most don't even try. All rushing for tomorrows that may never be. But for now I'm happy being here, just being me. Well, it's not a place I ever thought my life would lead. To my surprise, it gives me something that I need. And I finally realized that things work out somehow. 'Cause I've been through some tough times, but it's all right now. Old friends don't seem to understand or want to know. Is this what you went to college for? I just let it go. Life made of songs and mysteries and little poems, as we all search for that someplace we can call our own. These county roads are dangerous, people fly on by. Hardly even see, most don't even try. All rushing for tomorrows that may never be. But for now I'm happy being here, just being me. These county roads are dangerous, people fly on by. They hardly even see, most don't even try. All rushing for tomorrow that may never be. But for now I'm happy being here, just being me.
Mindy's song.
Mindy's song. So, you know, we should explain, I don't know how many.
We got people coming up after this.
Right, so we're going to do a few more songs, probably another, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. And then we're going to take a short break. Then we're going to be back with the after party. And we've got 4 guests tonight. Don White, Matt Watroba, and Annie and Rod Capps. And it's going to be great. We're going to do a round robin and ask them questions, and then we'll do something more. And then there's going to be the after party, which is after everybody's done singing. We keep Zoom open for everybody who wants to stay around and chat, and it's like locking the door on the club, and then having an after party. Sometimes people will do songs, sometimes not. Just it's a chance for all of us to see each other and chat. And for those of you out on YouTube and Facebook who want to be part of this, sign into the Zoom after the anytime, but after the show, and you can find the Zoom links up on our Facebook page, Mustard's Retreat Facebook page. So we have got we've got too many songs planned but we have to do the holiday one.
Okay.
So this is a song by Dar Williams. And
we feel the same way.
Amber called her uncle, said we're up here for the holidays. Jane and I were having solstice. Oh, what did you say about solstice?
Oh, there's a convergence of 3 planets, I believe. 3 planets December 21st.
21st.
It's going to
Right
look like the big star on Christmas Eve.
Right. So
Comes around once every 4,000 years. Don't quote me on that one, please.
here's our public service announcement for tonight. Sometimes I feel like our whole show is a public service announcement.
You do, do you?
Well, you know, we have been on the Defiantly Hopeful tour, and you know, for about 5 years now, and even once January 20th comes, I think we're going to stay on the Defiantly Hopeful tour because there's so much.
Defiantly civil. Defiantly
That's right. That's
civil.
right. Amber called her uncle. Said we're up here for the holidays. Jane and I were having solstice. Now we need a place to stay. And her Christ-loving uncle watched his wife hang Mary on a tree. Watched his son hang candy canes, all made of red dye number 3. He told his niece it's Christmas Eve. I know your life is not our style, she said. Christmas is like solstice, and we miss you, and it's been a while. So the Christians and the pagans sat together at the table, finding faith and common ground, the best that they were able. And just before the meal was served, hands were held and prayers were said, sending hope for peace on earth to all the gods and goddesses. Food was great, the tree plugged in. The meal had gone without a hitch till Timmy turned to Amber and said, is it true that you're a witch? His mom jumped up and said, the pie is a-burning, and she hit the kitchen. And it was Jane who spoke. She said, it's true, your cousin's not a Christian, but we love trees, we love the snow, the friends we have, the world we share. And you find magic from your God, and we find magic everywhere. The Christians and the pagans sat together at the table, finding faith and common ground, the best that they were able. Where does magic come from? I think magic's in the learning, 'cause now when Christians sit with pagans, only pumpkin pies are burning. When Amber tried to do the dishes, her aunt said, really, no, don't bother. Amber's uncle saw how Amber looked like Tim and like her father, and he thought about his brother, how they hadn't spoken in a year. He thought he'd call him up and say it's Christmas and your daughter's here. He thought of fathers, sons, and brothers, saw his own son tug his sleeve, saying, can I be a pagan? Dad said, we'll discuss it when they leave. Christians and the pagans sat together at the table, finding faith and common ground, the best that they were able. Lighting trees in darkness, learning new ways from the old, and making sense of history, drawing warmth out of the cold.
I think that one says it all for me. What do you got there up your sleeve there, Davey?
Well, you know, Libby and I started singing together in 1975, and we're joined by Michael, and worked together as a duo or as a trio, 3 times over the years. And Michael and I worked for a long time as a duo, and this is one of the songs.
Goes back a long way.
Yeah, our home club. We were playing bars in those days. Our home club was the old Heidelberg on North Main Street in Ann Arbor. Liddy was the downstairs waitress in the Rathskeller. She'd often mostly have her dirndl on, but then sometimes she'd be in a lederhosen. and she would, the beginning, she would get someone to take over for her. She'd come up on stage and.
My braids. We used to sing this song.
One of the songs we used to do by Mr. Paulson. I hear the drizzle of the rain like a memory falls, soft and warm, continuing, tapping on my roof and walls, and from the shelter of my mind, through the windows of my eyes, I gaze beyond the rain-drenched streets to England where my heart lies. My mind's distracted and confused. My thoughts are many miles away. There I will when you're asleep, and kiss you when you start your day. And the song I was writing, oh, it's left undone. I don't know why I spend my time writing songs I can't believe, with words that tear and strain rhymes. So you see, I have come to doubt all that I once held as true. I stand alone without beliefs. The only truth I know is you. And as I watch the drops of rain leave their weary paths and die, I know that I am like the rain, ever for the grace of you go by.
It's like an old friend, that song.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll do this. We'll keep on 12 string here if I can keep it in tune. Song I wrote in the despair of mid-November 2004, after the presidential election. I couldn't believe it. I thought politics had gotten so ugly. How could it get any worse? And
The last 4 years came.
that's right. But now it's time to celebrate. But this is a song I wrote about the common ground that if you get beyond the propaganda, get beyond propaganda. Most people are good people, and that's where I find hope. I was a simple faith. Life's a short embrace. Heaven is in this place. Every day, hope is around me still. Make each day what you will. Thankful for dreams fulfilled. Every day, no room in this heart for fear. No judgment day drawing near. Trust that inner voice you hear every day. Life's not a goal or race. It's about heart and faith and living a life of grace every day. Our simple faith. Life is a short embrace. Heaven is in this place every day. Hope is the ground we till. Make each day what you will. Thankful for dreams fulfilled every day. Trust is an open hand, making an honest stand, rooted here in the land every day. To live in the mystery, seeking the harmony here between you and me every day. Singing, life's a simple faith. Life is a short embrace. Heaven is in this place every day. Hope is the ground we till. Make each day what you will. Thankful for dreams fulfilled every day. Ours a simple faith. Life is a short embrace. Heaven is in this place every day. Hope is the ground we till. Make each day what you will. Thankful for dreams fulfilled every day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Feels good to sing that.
It does. Okay, so a couple more songs, and we're going to take that short break. Here's another request from my mom.
Ooh.
And
We always do those.
that's right. You get requests from your mom, you better do them.
This is so nice, you guys. I gotta tell you, just fills me up inside. I get excited every time I know there's a show coming up because I just know I'm gonna see you guys, and it just makes me feel good all over. I just want everybody to stay safe these holidays and take care of yourselves.
Really, and you know, and really, you know, the after show is going to be wonderful, and then those of you who want to chat afterwards, it's always fun. It's all, you know, and it is kind of like, it is after a show. You know, it's busy and you can't talk as much as you want to, but you know, it's just nice to see you, and even a few words of catching up is great.
It.
And we want to really thank the Greenwood for sponsoring this. And you know, our shows are always free, and we always would rather have you come than pay. And but if you're in a position to make a donation, it helps us out. And it's appreciated and keeps us being able to do what we do. I'm not asking much, you don't have to call or keep in touch. I don't expect you to do it anyway. There's something left, but it's mostly over. A few more lines, a little over, and a bed that's all your own at the end of the day. Part of me remembers summer wine and winter's embers and the laughter of the children as they played. All my friends tell me forget it, there's a new life, go and get it. Part of me remembers anyway. Well, it's sad how blind we are to things gone wrong till they've gone too far, and there's nothing that can set them straight again. And it's a funny place to stand, worn out hearts and empty hands, with your best friend there still too far away. Part of me remembers summer wine and winter's embers and the laughter of the children as they played. All my friends tell me forget it, there's a new life, go and get it. Part of me remembers anyway. I'm no longer feeling sad, old regrets are just as bad. They waste your time with little in return. That's not to say I don't remember, but it's like the sun in late November. It tries to warm you through the cold, all the while it's getting old. And part of me remembers summer wine, winter's embers, and the laughter of the children as they play. All my friends tell me forget it, there's a new life, go and get it. Part of me remembers, part of me remembers, part of me remembers anyway.
Thank you, Barbara.
Thank you. Okay, one more song for this part of the set.
Yeah.
And I don't think we'll have much time for requests tonight. If you want to put it in the chat, maybe we'll get to it, but maybe not. All right, so I got this 12-string out yesterday for the first time in quite a while, and made me think of this song. Started out as a Mississippi River song that I put some, oh there it is, put some new music and lyrics to, and I was
Hallelujah. Play the lottery. Somebody play the lottery. It's our lucky day.
And I was stuck on how to get into the last verse, and then Taker from Pittsburgh I was talking to, and she said when she had things bothering her, she used to go out, and I can't remember if it was the Allegheny or Monongahela. The Allegheny and Monongahela joined together at Pittsburgh to form the Ohio River. And she used to go out rowing on that river. That would help sort things out for her. And that gave me the beginning of the second verse. Oh, the river is up, the channel is deep, the waves are steady and strong. Let the voice of the oars your measure keep as you row your boat along. Oh, the water is bright, it's sparkling like gold in the rays of the morning sun. And out here on the river these times that you keep till your dreams when your day is done. Down the river, sweet and row, another day has begun. Down the river off we go, out of the morning sun. There's a rhythm that runs through the fabric of life. It's a simple yet elegant weave. It reminds us of who it is we want to be, a perception and balance we need. And with the sun through the trees and the geese overhead, and the morning is clear as a song, each pull on the oars is an answer I've found in a world sometimes terribly wrong. Down the river, sweet and row, another day has begun. Down the river off we go, out in the morning sun. Down the river, sweet and row, another day has begun. Down the river off we go, out in the morning sun. Oh, the river is up, the channel is deep, the waves are steady and strong. Let the voice of the oars your measure keep as you row your boat along. Oh, the water is bright, it's sparkling like gold in the rays of the morning sun. And out here on the river these times that you keep till your dreams when your day is done. Down the river, sweep and row, another day has begun. Down the river off we go, out in the morning sun. Down the river, sweep and row, another day has begun. Down the river off we go, out in the morning sun.
Thank you, everybody. I hope you stick around for our next guests. Holy moly!
Yeah, it's going to be a great after party. So we're just going to take a few-minute break, and then we'll be right back.
Meet me right back here.
Thanks. Did you hear them? It's gone.
I know, you want to see it?
So are we back official? I'm
We
just
are
kind of
back.
looking at who all is here, and it's kind of like, I mean, I just want to go through and wave to each of you. It's like a rogues gallery of
it.
Mustard Retreat fans. So we're back, and we're going to. I'm so glad that we have these guests tonight, and I haven't told them their order, but I'm going to ask Don White if he would do the first song, and Annie Cap's next, and Matt Watroba, and then we'll go around again, and maybe we'll slip a song in there. Don has been a foundational performer at the Greenwood playing. He's from Massachusetts, but a song of his was so popular on Detroit radio that they brought him out here, and he's been playing here for 20 years, at least twice a year at the Greenwood, and then maybe another tour or so in Michigan. So Don, are you here?
I am here. Yes.
Thank you so much. So nice to see you, Don.
Nice to see you too. Nice to see everybody.
And this is a real quality audience here tonight. I have to tell you, practically everyone we know and like is here tonight.
I feel the pressure of it, really.
Yeah, you better.
I overheard a man complaining how his 401k was not performing quite how he would like it to.
Original sound.
There you go. Sorry about that. I overheard a man complaining how his 401k was not performing quite how he would like it to. As he sipped his double latte and continued to complain, I thought about that day in 1982. We were living in the shack with the outhouse in the back. If I'm not mistaken, you were pregnant too. But we thought it might be funny to count up all of our money and discuss the investing we could do. We pulled our pockets inside out, pulled the cushions off the couch, stuck our fingers down deep inside, emptied out the pockets of the jackets in our closet, but not one single penny did we find. So after the realization our financial situation was not conducive to investment at this time, we decided to invest in what we've always done best. We danced around the kitchen for a while, we do the victory dance. When life is such a mess, we don't know what else to do. We do the victory dance. When being penniless became literal to me and you. Well, you can jump off of a building, take a bunch of pills, and you can walk around in a trance. But if you wake up in the morning on the right side of the lawn, go on and do the victory dance. I got fired from a job I'd been working at for 20 years faithfully. Oh dear, oh God, oh my, how will I ever survive without a corporation taking care of me? I was so stressed out for weeks I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. I didn't think that things would ever turn my way. And then a couple months went by, I began to realize, man, I really hated working at that place. So I started working for myself, improve my mental health. Now I'm happier than I've ever been before. Oh dear, oh my, oh God, I should have quit that stupid job 19 years ago. Do the victory dance. My life forces me to go out on my own. And then I just declare victory and I march my army home. There are things you can't control, things you'll never know. Some things are always left to chance. If you're a clerk or you're a farmer, work from home in your pajamas, go on, do the victory dance. When your life forces you to go out on your own, just declare victory and then march your army home. There are things you can't control, things you'll never know. Some things are always left to chance. But if you wake up in the morning on the right side of the lawn, if you're a clerk or you're a farmer, work from home in your pajamas. If your health is getting worse but you can still flirt with the nurse. If the world has gone to hell and you cannot find Purell. If you're stuck in a tiny house with your children and your spouse, if they canceled all your shows and you got nowhere to go, now you're sitting in your room playing concerts on Zoom. What? And you wonder what it means to play songs to a computer screen. And across the top are little squares, and all your friends are trapped inside of there. And you say to your friends who are trapped in the squares, give me a sign, let me know you're all okay in there. Someone just held up a sign that said, save me. You wonder what it means to play songs to a computer screen. You know, trapped in a square on a computer screen is just a metaphor for quarantine. If you lose your money, but you still got your honey. If you lose your honey, but you still got some money. If you find it hard to cope because your kids are all on dope, don't surrender yet. Try not to forget. In this game of life we're in. In this game of life we're in. In this game of life that we are in. If you don't die, you win.
Thank you, Don. You know, I should tell everybody here. When the shutdown happened in March, Don went to bed depressed, and the next day he woke up and he said, "How am I going to make some money?" So he and Brandon, who's doing the tech here, really pioneered all the Zoom concerts that a lot of people, a lot of us are doing. They kind of went through, worked out the bugs, and helped all of us be able to connect with all of you. So really want to give Don and Brandon, a real hand, and thank you for that, because this has been tremendous. So Don, I just took all the time, so didn't let you talk, but I'll let you talk next time. So next we're going to have Annie and Rod, I believe. Thanks you guys. And I understand that you have got a concert coming up this weekend for the Greenwood. So tell us about it, because it's you guys and Jan Christ and Alan Finkbeiner and Jim Beiser.
Yeah. Well, we had so thanks. Hi, great show, by the way. Awesome. Thank you. I have things to say, but time is short. So we were supposed to play the Greenwood, Diamonds in the Rust, this collective of ours, Jan Christian Beiser, Jan's husband Alan, and Rod and myself. He can't hear you, by the way, because our other headphones are broke. So if he's just pretending. So we were supposed to play a show for the Greenwood in September, and of course lockdown, and we just decided that it would be fun to do something, and we just didn't know how. So we're going to do kind of an in the round thing where we're swapping songs. That was way more info than you needed. Yes, on Saturday night we're doing a show for Greenwood. It's going to be great. You should come.
So yes, and does Brandon have the information that to put it up?
I will find it.
It's a Facebook event, Brandon. Diamonds in the Rust. It's called Diamonds in the Round, is how we're billing it. Wasn't that clever of me?
Are there the person with the low threshold of wonders? Do they ever make round diamonds?
Are you asking me that question?
Hey, yes, I'm asking you because you're the one who said it.
I have no idea. That'd be a heck of a marble collection.
If he doesn't. Did you hear that?
Diamonds in the round. Well, I'm sure somebody will chat us. We can't see your chat, but we will later. So, round diamonds. That just sounds interesting. So, but even more interesting is to have you do a song.
Aw. Well, we'll see about that. I'm gonna take my headphones off though. Thank you guys. Brandon, I think we got our settings right.
Up a little bit.
I'm gonna double that shout out to Brandon. My God, he's a genius. And he's been working hard all day, so be nice to him. I hope you guys are paying him well.
original on? You want to get just a thumbs up at least, or
I,
you feel,
I,
take a shot?
yeah, hopefully. Yeah, so a love song. Ready? Two. You don't need the perfect day or weather to cuddle in the tall grass together. Gaze up at the sky, forget the whys and the shoulds. Well, I think that would do some good. Before the sweet gives way to sour, let's gather up some wildflowers. Breathe in deep, let go the gloom and the doom. Well, I think that would do some good. It would do me good to slow way down. It would do you good to paint the town. It would do us both some good to stop and listen closer to the sound of two hearts beating in perfect rhythm. Well, that sounds like cause for optimism. Let's ditch the tent and sleep out in the woods. I think that would do some good. It would do me good to slow way down. It would do you good to paint the town. It would do us both some good to stop and listen closer to the sound of two hearts beating in perfect rhythm. Well, that sounds like cause for optimism. Let's ditch the tent and sleep out in the woods. Well, I think that would do some good. Yeah, I think that would do some good. Well, I think that would do some good.
Nice.
Oh,
Thank you.
tremendous, you guys. Tremendous. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Annie Rod will be back, and now we're going to move on to a Michigan institution. Is formerly institutionalized, but now, Mr. Matt Wetruba, Mr. the voice of folk music in Michigan. Hello, Matt. So funny to see you there. This is actually the Yellow Room of the Yellow Room Gang,
Right.
where we would meet for, I don't know, 15 years now or so. And Annie is a member of the gang, and Matt is a member of the gang to do our songwriting. Now we do it on Zoom. But Matt, thank you for being here tonight. And What do you got for us?
Well, I left the Yellow Room gang for the Red Room gang. I'm starting my own house here. It is just a thrill to see everybody. I just love so many people in this room. Annie and Rod Capps, David and Libby, and Don, and just so many familiar faces and names. It's just good to see you all around this time. And I was trying to think what to play, and I didn't get to see all of the concert. I think I saw most of the concert. And since you didn't play this song, David, I haven't sung the song in about 20 years. And I woke up feeling this song today. So if you played it, well, I guess you're just going to get a slightly better version of it now. Let's see if I remember all these words. If I forget, you can help, David. There's a pale moon rising just east of the mountain. There's a river that winds its lone way to the sea. All of yesterday's dreams are tucked in my back pocket. There's a new one that's taken me too long to see. Whoopie-tie-yi-yi, it's been a long way to travel. Whoopie-tie-yi-yo, there's still a long way to go. If the road runs me right, I'll be home by the morning, watching the pines as they cover with snow. And there's a wood fire that's burning and the sweet smell of cedar. It's up like a memory from out of the coals. And it cradles me close in the lingering twilight as the wind whispers secrets that someday I'll know. Whoopie-tie-yi-yi, it's been a long way to travel. Whoopie-tie-yi-yo, there's still a long way to go. And if the road runs me right, I'll be home by the morning, watching the pines as they cover with snow. Can't even read my own handwriting. Did I do the third verse by mistake?
I think so. It's a tired old story.
It's a tired old story, worn out with repeating. The hows and the whys, I think you already know. And there's nothing like distance to help you in seeing all that you have gained and just what you've let go. Oh, the mind is a terrible thing to waste. Whoopie-tie-yi-yi, it's been a long way to travel. Yippee-tie-yi-yo, there's still a long way to go. If the road runs me right, I'll be by the morning, watching the pines as they cover with snow. Come on, all you Mustard's Retreat fans, let's hear you sing this with me. Whoopie-tie-yi-yi, it's been a long way to travel. Whoopie-tie-yi-yo, there's still a long way to go. And if the road runs me right, I'll be home by the morning, watching the pines as they cover with snow.
Well, we'll let you in on a little secret how the Yellow Room gang works. Matt often sings somebody else's songs and tosses the verses around.
Yeah, I thought it was better that way. I don't know.
Well, Matt, what an honor. And the funny thing is, we haven't done that song most of this fall, but we did it our last show last week when we played for Pink Creek.
It's such a great song.
So, thank you, and yeah, it's great to hear you sing it.
The feel-good song makes you feel good when you quit crying.
Libby, if I don't make you cry at least once, I don't feel like I'm doing my job.
All right. Don White, have you got another one for us?
I do. I want to let everyone know that I'm doing a show with Christine Lavin on New Year's Eve. It'll be the first time we've played in 2 years, I guess, or so. We toured for 8 or 9 years back then. And I also want to say hi to Katie Geddes. I see that she's sort of in here. Katie has been sort of my Michigan connection, and starting in the year 2000, brought me to the Greenwood and opened up the whole Midwest to me and hired me ever since then. She's a good friend of me and my family, and it's nice to see everybody here. So here's a new one, and it does everything that a song is not supposed to do. It doesn't have a chorus. It doesn't have a bridge. It's like a song of rebellion against what songwriting is supposed to be. Anyway, I always wanted to write this song, and basically, briefly, if you grew up in a home where your parents weren't well enough to raise you well, if they were mean to you, or if they had mental health issues, or they had drug or alcohol problems, but somehow you turned out to be kind when you didn't know kindness, or you grew up to be generous when you didn't know generosity, or you grew up to be nurturing to your own family when you didn't know that. I just wanted, I always felt like you folks, or whoever fits that description, needed a song. They needed to know that somebody was paying attention and aware of the fact that your success is something of a miracle insofar as you had to find it in your own heart. So this is called That's What Makes You Beautiful. You were taught by your world that empathy and kindness were the kind of things that made a person weak. They said push and grab and fight every minute of your life and trample those between you and what you believe you need. But from the moment you were born, in your heart there was a song you could hear through all the years of fear and insecurity, singing cruelty is always weak, but love and empathy are strong enough to break the chains of selfishness and greed. Gentle is the strongest thing to be. You know it is not your fault that heroin and alcohol made them both too ill to give their children what they really need. But it sure would have been nice to be encouraged once or twice, to feel safe at night, or to have a life with just a little normalcy. But from the moment you were born, in your heart there was a song you could hear through all those years of fear and insecurity. When you feel hatred in your heart, you just remember who you are, and that underneath the weight of hate, your heart cannot be free. Forgiving is the stronger thing to be. It's not the color of your eyes, it's not your hypnotizing smile, it's not any of the many things that everyone can see. It's the way you always knew what they told you wasn't true. It's how you made yourself the person that they taught you not to be. That's what makes you beautiful to me. A young man's eyes see beauty in what is on the surface, not within. He will walk past what is beautiful to be near the thing that shines. But these old man's eyes find beauty in the story, in the journey. They have seen too much to be fooled by what attracts a young man's eyes. From the moment you were born, in your heart there was a song you could hear through all those years of fear and insecurity. There was nothing that this world could do to crush the love inside of you. Under neglect, abuse, and selfishness, you were caring, kind, and generous. It is the lonely road that brought you here. It's how all alone you persevere. It's the defiance and tenacity of your heart song of humanity. That's what makes you beautiful. That's what makes you beautiful. That's what makes you beautiful to me.
Thank you, Don.
Geez, Don, I told everybody you were going to be funny.
Yeah.
Now you make me cry. Did you just write that?
It's pretty new. It's probably a couple months old, I guess. Yeah.
Wow. What a great job. Boy, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome, and thanks for all you're doing out there and for bringing people together and doing all the good stuff you're doing.
Yeah, Don White, is doing a concert almost every week. If you look on, what's the best place to look on for Facebook?
My Facebook page or donwhite.net, the website has the information. I've done a show every week since March, and taking time off now till New Year's. And as soon as I decided that I was taking time off, I slept for 11 hours. My wife had to come in. She thought I wasn't breathing. I didn't realize how exhausting it was to do this because, as we all know, Annie, especially being in the training business over there at Farm, is that we do everything. We do the publicity, we do the sound. It's a full-time thing now to perform this way. So yeah, I'm gonna take a little break and be back at it starting New Year's.
Well, good. Well, I urge everybody to find Don and go to a concert and find his stuff on YouTube. It's touching and it's hilarious. And like one fan said, I've never seen anybody who makes me fall on the floor laughing and want to go home and hug my kid. So that's great. And Annie and Rod Capps. Yes, Don mentioned Farm. It's Folk Alliance Regional Midwest. Annie is the director of the conference that we do. Not that I do. I just attend and maybe an occasional workshop. But she is the guiding force behind this, and has all sorts of training videos, and it's a great community to connect with. And Annie and Rod, are you there? Hello. Yeah, nice to see you.
Hi.
And you too, Rod.
Yeah.
Rod, I saw this amazing video the other day. Rod has started keeping bees in the last few years, and I saw a video the other day where a beekeeper was getting the honey, and there was a bee got trapped in the honey and covered with honey, and he rescued her and he put her at the entrance to the hive, and all the other bees came out, and I mean she was coated in honey and couldn't fly, and all the other bees came out, and in a few minutes they took all that honey off, and she flew off again. And these amazing creatures. So
I mean, as somebody who, and Rod couldn't hear that story again, so I'll relay that to him, because as somebody who grew up being deathly afraid of bees, to marry this guy who, wanted to be an entomologist in another life, I was doing yoga. Don't laugh. I was doing yoga I started like little 15-minute things for the first time, and I was doing a downward dog yesterday. That's the thing where your butt's up in the air and anyway. So, and this little spider came crawling underneath me across the mat. And I'm like, oh, cool. Like a spider. And I mean, 5 years ago, you would have Rod, come get this thing out of here. And then it crawled away. And I didn't even care that the poor thing was probably hiding out in the wall somewhere. And I just thought it was great. So I don't know. That has nothing to do with bees. I can't wait to tell you that story. But the bees are amazing. It's really been awesome to watch him and work with them. And We have a lot
And
of
it's
honey.
been great to have some honey. So
Yeah.
thank him again for the honey.
I will, I promise. All right, I'm taking my headphones off. We're gonna play a song that only comes out around this time of year, and it was partly inspired by a book I read called Long Way Down. It was written by a guy named Nick Hornby, who also wrote the book High Fidelity, which became a kind of popular pop culture movie. And yeah, he's done a bunch of them, but I'm a big fan of his writing. They're great storytelling, and this is called Long Way Down, and it's a comedy about a bunch of people who meet on a rooftop in England on New Year's Eve and are essentially planning to jump there, and then the great story is that they all talk each other off the ledge, and so I was inspired to write a little love song. Close enough. Come on. Ready? He took the elevator to the 20th floor. At the end of the hall, he pushed through the door, stepped out on the roof. The wind hit his face. He fell to his knees like the end of a race, hoping to find a reason not to fly. But it's as good a time as any to say goodbye. Happy New Year, Happy New Year. My, how the time slips away. Happy New Year, Happy New Year. I'll raise my glass to you today. She always loved the view from up here. You could see the whole city on a night this clear. Close to the edge, it's a long way down. Her arms spread wide in her red silk gown. It's 11:35 on New Year's Eve, and that's as good a time as any to take her leave. Happy New Year, Happy New Year. My, how the time slips away. Happy New Year, Happy New Year. I'll raise my glass to you today. There's a moment when you figure out things are out of our hands, and it becomes clear the universe has other plans. Oh, and now every time they meet up there, it's a champagne toast to another great year. And the day she found a reason to stay, his feet on the ground have remained that way. When they first looked into each other's eyes, it was as good a time as any to be alive. Happy New Year, Happy New Year. This is where you sing along. My, how the time slips away. Happy New Year, Happy New Year.
Thank you, Annie, Rod. Well, so really, I urge everybody Annie and Rod, along with Jan and Alan and Jim Beiser are doing the show as Diamonds in the Rust this weekend, and I urge you to find Annie and Rod's songs and recordings as well. They're great. So.
Thank you.
Matthew, I don't know how you're going to top that last song, but what do you have for us here?
Well, I also have a song that I never get to sing except around Christmas time. So I think maybe we'll try this song. But first of all, let me just say how much I wanted to sing with Annie just now. It just made me glad, Annie, that I started a GoFundMe campaign to buy you guys another set of headphones. So. What do you guys need, like 100,000? Well, here's a Christmas wish for all from the pen of John McCutcheon. See if I remember all the words. Oh, my name is Francis Tolliver. I come from Liverpool. 2 years ago, the war was waiting for me after school. To Belgium and to Flanders, to Germany to here. I fought for king and country I love dear. It's Christmas in the trenches, where the frost so bitter hung. In morning fields of France, where no Christmas songs were sung. Our parents back in England toasting us that day, the brave and glorious lads so far away. I was lying with my messmate on a cold and rocky ground, when across the lines of battle came a most peculiar sound. Says I, but listen up, me boys, each soldier strained to hear, as one young German voice rang out so clear. Singing bloody well, you know, my partner says to me. Then one by one each German voice rang in harmony. The cannons rested silent, the gas clouds rolled no more, as Christmas brought us respite from the war. As soon as they were finished, a reverent pause was spent. God rest ye merry gentlemen, struck up some lads from Kent. The next they sang was Stealing Up to Silent Night, says I, and in two tongues one song filled up the sky. There's someone coming toward us, the front line sentry cried. All sights were fixed on one lone figure trudging from their side. His truce flag like a Christmas star shone on that field so bright, as he bravely strolled unarmed into the night. And one by one on either side, we walked in no man's land, with neither gun nor bayonet. We met there hand to hand. We shared some secret brandy, we wished each other well, and in a flare-lit soccer game we gave 'em hell. We traded chocolates, cigarettes, and photographs from home. These sons and fathers far away from families of their own. Then Sanders played a squeeze box, we had a violin, this curious and unlikely band of men. Soon daylight stole upon us, France was France once more. With sad farewells we each began to settle back to war. But the question haunted every heart that lived that wondrous night, whose family have I fixed within my sights? It was Christmas in the trenches, where the frost so bitter hung. The frozen fields of France were warmed as songs of peace were sung. And the walls they built between us to exact the work of war were crumbled and are gone forevermore. My name is Francis Tolliver. In Liverpool I dwell. Each Christmas now since World War I, I've learned its lessons well. That the man who called the shots won't be among the dead and lame. And on each end of the rifle, we're the same.
Beautiful, Matt. Thank you.
John McCutcheon.
Thank you.
Matt, I don't even know how you...
I did put a link in the chat. I'm going to be doing a big holiday community sing on Tuesday, a week from tonight. And I put the link to where you can register. It's free, but you do have to register to get the link. And it's through the Farmington Hills Public Library, where I've been doing my community sings for many, many years. And it's really a good time. We're going to have a whole bunch of squares in there, and we're going to be singing holiday song after holiday song after holiday song until we all feel better. So please join.
Highly, highly recommend it. Though hopefully you won't be singing that song, because I don't know how you get through it without crying.
It took me a long time to do that, to be honest with you.
It's one of the ultimate new classics of the folk music world. So, so really, I want to thank everybody again for being here. Brandon, thank you so much for doing this and for making that possible. Don White, Annie and Rod Capps, Matt Watola. I can't think of any better group of folks to spend time with, except all of you here. So we're going to do one last song, unless something comes up in the after party. So we'll do this, and then that will be the official end of the concert. People want to stick around and chat. Brandon will open up the audio, and hopefully we'll have some time. Root and rain. We turn the earth in winter's shadow, knowing spring is drawing near, keeping faith with summer's promise and the turning of the year, and sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Oh, sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. A simple pleasure, planting gardens, picking stone and pulling weeds, a space beyond the rush and clatter, finding something that we need. And sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Oh, sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Mysteries not quite forgotten, something that we now reclaim. Down through countless generations, wind and fire, root and rain. And sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Oh, sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Post-industrial techno-visions tell us how to think and feel. We ignore the corporate chatter and derail their grinding wheels. And sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Oh, sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Knowing that we have the power, each of us in our own way, to make these moments something better. All great changes start that way. And sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Oh, sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. So we turn the earth and keep the promise, root and rivers, sun and air, share the harvest and remember who we are and why we care. And sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done. Oh, sing for the moon, sing for the sun, sing for the joy when day is done.
Happy holidays, everybody. Stay safe.
Thank you. And please stick around if you can, and we'll get to say hello. And thanks to
everybody on Facebook,
thanks to
YouTube, everybody. Thank you.
Right, and if you're out on Facebook and YouTube and you want to come
on in
for the after party here on Zoom, I think Brandon is going to.
Just pasted it in the chats. Do you want me to stop the stream?
Yes, I would say time to stop the stream and let the real party begin.
All right. Bye, Facebook. Bye, YouTube.